weekend.
One up top, Randy Moss. That got to be on You Got Moss.
You got Moss.
Most of the time I need, wiped down with a towel.
He's into it big time.
Hey, was that a Moss sighting?
Y'all can help me say it.
Just incredible news that Randy Moss is back. He and the Countdown crew get you ready for kickoff. This week, week 1, 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN and the all-new ESPN app. All the early breaking stories, injury updates, previews of each game right up to kickoff, everything you need to know as week 1 will already be underway, but underway in full on Sunday. Now, as week 1 nears, it's time for highly anticipated rookie debuts. Let's get into some quick reads. Dan, kick us off. What rookie are you looking forward to debuting the most this week?
Yeah, the number 1 pick, Cam Ward, and talk about a ridiculous challenge. He's playing the Denver Broncos. Cam Ward is the first pick in the NFL draft that, we obviously did not talk about enough in respect to where he was drafted. He's looked at times really impressive this preseason. He has thrown the football down the field. This young man does not like checkdowns. I wanted to just see how he performs against Denver's defense. Denver's going to have a top 3 defense in the NFL. If he performs well and looks like he belongs, that is a beautiful sign for the Titans' future at quarterback.
How can you not be excited about Travis Hunter? I mean, potentially we're seeing history with him playing on both sides of the ball. But I'm going to focus on offense, which I think is going to be his primary focus in this first outing. I'm really excited to see how Liam Cohen utilizes him, how he finds ways to put him in motion, get him free releases, take advantage of all the attention paid to Brian Thomas Jr. Hunter is such a special athlete with the ball in his hands, and Liam Cohen is very good at finding ways to get the ball to his playmakers in space. I'm excited for this marriage.
I'm going Abdul Carter. I can't wait to see this Giants pass rush, but you add a dynamic athlete like this across from Brian Burns and Dexter Lawrence and all of those guys. I said it earlier this offseason, the Giants are going to give people problems if they can get them in passing down situations. This rookie is super athletic, strong coming off the edge. I cannot wait to see the New York Giants defensive line, but more importantly, this rookie Abdul Carter added to what's already a dominant pass rushing unit.
Yeah, we can't wait to see him, but the other teams, they don't want to see that pass rush from New York. All right, Aaron Glenn, he's making his coaching debut on Sunday, head coaching debut. The Steelers are coming to town. Of course, one of the first moves Glenn made in New York was moving on from Aaron Rodgers, who eventually landed in Pittsburgh. As for Glenn's new quarterback, Justin Fields, he met with the media earlier this afternoon.
It's just all about, me playing efficient, me playing smart, taking care of the football on the offensive side of the ball, especially this upcoming Sunday. I think they led the league in turnovers last year, so that's going to be one important factor that we're going to look to do this Sunday. And like I said, just continuing to get better each and every day, each and every week, and progressing throughout the season.
You got some raised eyebrows from those conspiracy theorists on the script writing of the NFL script writing conspiracy with this game. Dan, either way, the Jets elected to go with Justin Fields instead of Rodgers. What are you looking to see from the New York offense in week 1 against Fields' former team?
45 runs at least. I think the Jets should try to run the football for at least 45 rush attempts against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I look at it this way. Ben Johnson in Detroit, they ran the ball about 30 times a game. Okay, so Tanner Engstrand, who was in Detroit with Ben Johnson, now the offensive coordinator with the Jets. So 30 rushes is what he's used to. Justin Fields has run the football in his starts in the NFL at about 9 times a game. That's 40 right there. If I'm the Jets, I'm going to make this an ugly football game. I'm going to make it a violent, physical football game, specifically if Cam Ward doesn't play. And I want to get it to the fourth quarter and make it and use motion in my run game as much as possible. That is what Pittsburgh has struggled with defensively, stopping the run. Honestly, my number was 50 at first, and then I dropped it down. I will run the football 45 or more times.
Dan, I am dying because we did not talk before this. I wrote down 10 carries for Justin Fields and watched the hell out of that Ravens tape against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I wrote 10 because, look, this Jets offense is not going to have many advantages against most teams. Let's be real. I think they're going to have a sneaky, decent offensive line, which they've invested a lot in. The one advantage they should have in every game is a numerical advantage. If Justin Fields does not carry the football significantly more than he did last year, I want to go back to Chicago when he had 160 carries. I don't know what they're doing, because that is how they can beat teams, is his legs. He's still an elite runner. And this isn't saying he can't throw the ball. It's saying lean into what you do best and where you have an advantage over these teams. And it is absolutely something they should do against Pittsburgh Steelers. And if they do it, it'll be a good test for the Steelers defense.
Yep, I love y'all, and this is our first disagreement on the season. I agree that they should run the ball a lot, but this team not going to be successful if Justin Fields don't progress at pushing the ball down the field. Y'all, we know it. We've been talking about it for years. We could have these conversations about they got to run it 45 times. If they do that per every game, they not going to win nothing, okay? That's just going to keep them safe, and hopefully teams give up some explosive plays in the run. This guy is going to have to become an intermediate and a better deep ball thrower based off of them being able to run the football. I get it that that's the best way to go forward, and his legs are dangerous, and you have to use them. But the reason why we talk about the Ravens and the reason why we talk about these quarterbacks is because, one, Lamar had progressed. He's pushing the ball down the field at a very high level. That is something yet to be seen from Justin Fields. And cool, if you want to be the Jets and establish the line of scrimmage and be physical, great. And you're going to still lose. He's going to have to start pushing the ball down the football field for a team to have success with him as starting quarterback.
Yeah, I'm with you, just not in week one,
numbers,
though. I agree throughout the season, but Marcus, you're talking about a secondary that is Joey Porter Jr., Jalen Ramsey is going to be all over the place, the addition of Darius Slade. Like, this is a big-time secondary. They've got Garrett Wilson, a really nice player in New York, obviously. But in this game is 45-plus rushes. See if your defense can dominate Pittsburgh's offensive line and find a way to steal the football game. I agree that he'll have to evolve at some point. I don't think you try to do it week one.
Yeah, I hear you, Swagoo, on your point there. I was about to do a pulse check on you. You're the run the dang ball guy over there telling us
I know.
you didn't like it.
I
thought you'd be giving these guys snaps. But anyway, I hear your point. I'm glad you're okay. All right, new on NFL Live here. Check out this from our Jets reporter season. Reporter is that quarterback Matthew Stafford, who's missed much of camp with a back injury, is expected to start Sunday's opener against the Texans. Now, Stafford will need to watch out when he's under pressure on Sunday, especially against this Texans team. Last season, Stafford struggled to be efficient under pressure, ranking 17th in completion percentage. Texans defense allowed the lowest completion percentage when pressuring the quarterback. Dan, do you expect Stafford to break this trend in week one?
No, not against this defense. This could be the fastest defense in the NFL with the Houston Texans. And for everything that the Rams did good offensive last year, and really their offensive line, they really struggled in pass protection on third down. And so if I'm Sean McVay, to avoid this trend, I'm crazy aggressive on first and second down in this football game. I do not want to get to third and obvious passing situations against this pass rush. I'll reiterate it. The Houston Texans could have the fastest defense in the NFL. Stafford, you don't want to see that on third downs.
Let's go to Cincinnati, where the first few weeks of the season have not been kind to the Bengals. Starting with Joe Burrow, who's 1-9 as a starter in week 1 or 2, the second worst win percentage since 1950. Now turn the clocks back a year to since 2019. Zach Taylor 1-11 as head coach in week 1 or 2, the worst win percentage in NFL history. So not good. Marcus, will the Bengals be able to break this trend of slow starts this season?
I believe they'll break the trend, and they better. I mean, you got an in-division opponent in the Cleveland Browns. Also, you sacrificed about $600 million on the field during the preseason, so you can break this trend. It better pay dividends for this football team. The scary part is the defense didn't look great. But fortunately, you're playing Cleveland. who shouldn't be a great offense either. So Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and this offense will have to lead the way, and hopefully those reps that they got in the preseason prepares them to get a W in week 1.
Goodness, at least they signed Trey Hendrickson. All right, still to come, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs take their talents to Brazil for a clash with the Chargers. But will Casey's